Members, questions for Ms. Martinez? Senator Lucio.
Thank you for your testimony. I have 5 grandchildren, 3 termites and 2 princesses, and I certainly would like them to have a future that will provide peace, tranquility, and, of course, opportunities for them to be able to live a good life. But there are a lot of things that we look back in history that our country should not be very proud of. We, as a matter of fact, this country was engaged in bringing people here.
Hold on a second, sir. Could you take the conversation to... Thank you, sir. Go ahead, sir.
This country and its history tells us was engaged in bringing people here who didn't want to come here. They were bought, they were kidnapped, they were brought here and enslaved. What about those people who suffered death and hate crimes and everything else that took place early in this nation's history? There's so much we could obviously talk about what's happened in the period of time that I've been here, when we've addressed issues that affect Texans and Americans in an everyday life, for doctors and teachers and people of all walks of life. So, yes, we do address issues that impact Texans and Americans every day. Everything we do here affects them. What would you say if you were from Mexico or Central America and you would tell the people in this country, your father, your brother, or you, or anyone else that would come here, I would gladly serve in the military if I could become a citizen? What would you tell them? Would you be in favor of them, allowing them to become citizens based on service to the country? If you are, then there are thousands that are willing to serve in the military, and they have. One of the greatest Congressional Medal of Honors that saved American lives, an entire platoon with Mr. Lopez. They came here from the state of Tamaulipas and lived in Mission, Texas, and died in San Antonio. An American hero. So I just don't want us to single out an immigrant that unfortunately I don't agree with, comes here and violates, breaks laws, creates a heinous crime that obviously we all disfavor. But you have to understand there's good people also that are in harm's way, that are being killed every day. And when they come to our door, we have to make a decision, don't we, of whether or not we are going to be a good neighbor, as the good book tells us to be. And if you care not to, that's your decision. Some people come here and they complain about lives being lost, and, rightfully so. But then on the other hand, they're pro-choice, and they condone abortion. There's all sorts of people that we deal with on a daily basis and a yearly basis, especially when we're in session. So I certainly appreciate the fact that you're concerned about your grandchildren and their future. But just like you're concerned about them, there are people in this world that also don't want to hand out. They want to work for it. They want to be part of an American dream that our ancestors were fortunate to be.
Do you want me to answer any of that?
But let's not
I
forget.
don't know who's testifying. Me or you?
No, it's all right. I listen to you quite a bit, and
well, that's fine.
And if you want to answer it, you're welcome to.
Okay.
But all I'm saying is that you spoke in one tone instead of being considerate and inclusive, and I speak in that tone. I'm here to tell you that I appreciate and respect your testimony, but I'm also here to tell you that there are other circumstances involved in the whole process and things that have happened in this country that should not make us very proud either.
Well, I'll answer that. I'm very proud of this country. I'm very proud, and I don't agree with you. We all
you're
know.
Proud of the slavery that's
well, let me finish.
In this, that we've had in
Can
this
I have a
country?
turn?
Sure.
I believe, and this is fact, no American today, living today, is responsible for what happened then. And I will tell you that it was the African tribes that sold their own people. Okay, the African tribes did it, and it was the Moors that sold them, and then Portuguese, and it was resold over and over. So this revisionist history is not helpful. But you know, I respect you if that's what you believe. Just like you said, you respect me, and but I don't agree with you. And frankly, when I look to vote for an elected official that's going to represent my views, I make sure he's going to represent me. I think it's a conflict of interest if you have one leg on one side of the border and the other leg on the other. And
Nobody has two legs
what
on
I
each
believe.
side of the border, ma'am. I have
Pardon?
both of my legs on the
Well,
on the
I
Texas
just
side
want
of
to
the
be
border. But I'm
represented
telling you that we
appropriately.
disagree that in terms of our moral and constitutional obligation. I think we have both. I really believe we have both.
I think that you don't know one thing about me, and for you to say that we disagree morally is reprehensible and it's ungentlemanly like. And my father personally, if I acted that way to someone, he'd take me outside and have a word with me. I don't know what your father told you, but I don't appreciate it.
He would have a big word.
If there's anything else that's constructive, I'd be happy
Thank you
to
very
answer.
much.
Thank you, ma'am. Members, questions for Ms. Martinez? Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.